everybody! Scout PF may be here, back with some Higurashi no Naku Koroni. Some Higurashi when they cry. Back in here, we are gonna go and find out what dark shit... Oh, you can't even see me on the camera right now because it's so damn dark. We're just gonna continue and see if the light gets brighter. I have my phone just in case. There we go. But yeah, we're gonna continue on and see how dark it can get. It seems like it's been getting potentially darker and darker every while. I've noticed that the camera can be kind of dark, so I have this light here just to help. I'm trying to find something that can keep it up. I can use this. It's just experimentation. It's just so that you guys can see me better. It is kind of annoying, but I'll deal. So let's continue on. So a Colonel Sanders? Oh yeah, the Colonel Sanders. Fuck. Of course, that's right up her alley. I understand her wanting to take home Satoko and Rika-chan, but I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? By the way, did you know, apparently they just, like, KFC just did a revamp of their Colonel Sanders. Instead of having an old Colonel Sanders, they have a hot and, like, white-haired still Colonel Sanders, and it's fucking weird. Google it. It's fucking weird. I don't know what they're trying to do there. Oh. Oh. Well, that definitely came out of nowhere. I've rarely sneezed in videos. People don't know. I have this weird thing. I think it's just me and my family. We sneeze. When we sneeze, we usually sneeze more than at least 2-3 times. I could feel another one coming up. But I want to continue reading because I want to finish this game already, damn it. So let's read it. Probably better to hear it from Rena, don't you think? From Rena, don't you think? She'll probably just say, because it's just so cute, though. Does Rena often go to the construction site and hunt for treasures? Every now and then she says she goes to have a look. But a girl her age rummaging around in garbage is, well... If Rena enjoys it, then I think it's fine. What were they doing over there? Damn construction? It had been bugging me since yesterday. It's like an itch I couldn't scratch. It was cancelled a long time ago. What were they doing over there? Oh, no, I just read that. Everyone gathered together and fought against it. Okay. Hearing an ominous word like fought come from Rika-chan's mouth startled me. That's right. It was unbelievable. They said Hinamizawa would be sunk into the reservoir, and we had no say in the matter. So I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded. Oh, probably Rena? Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? My deepest apologies, Keiichi-san. It took me a while to powder my nose. Satoko, wait to use the can until you really have to go. It's a lot easier once it shoots right out. Eek. How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? You're like 5, dude. Who's calling you a maiden? If Satoko really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. Usual hijinks ensued. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I bring a point to discussion. He, Keiichi Maibara-kun, wishes to be included as the member of our activities. What say you? What? Rena has no objection. Wait for it. Oh ho ho! I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task. Me and Satoko both approve. The three that Mion had queered voiced their approval. Okay. A unanimous decision. Congratulations, Keiichi Maibara-kun. I present you the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Start from the beginning. I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see, is in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under different sets of rules. Sometimes they are in your favor. And sometimes they work against you. Yeah, but what are they? I'm pretty weak, so I prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along. You're so naive, Rena. One second. I'm gonna check if this mic is properly recording, because I'm not using what's it called? My usual Audacity, because that's been crashing recently. So I'm just recording straight from the microphone and camera through this microphone. So yeah, let's hope it works properly. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. This is starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club was it? To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together. Rika-chan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically this club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use by playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day. It seems that depending on the day, they were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last place. Okay. I'll make this clear right now. We aren't playing house here. You should treat each other, each win or loss, as if your life depends on it, alright? What's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. The first rule of our society. Aim only for first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's a game is not allowed. Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you are obligated to make all possible efforts. The way Sadoko said it, it sounded like she was saying use any means necessary. Of course, I will do my best to. I'm pretty weak, but I'm trying my best. I knew that what they were trying to say. In a game where everyone is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Alright, then I too will go all out. With that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. A word of warning, Kei-chan. Rena can get pretty nasty. The initiation looks like it's going to be rough. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers for in the back of the room. They have the games here at school? Well, it's club equipment, so I guess that's fine. Complicated games will put Keiichi-chan at a disadvantage. So today we'll be playing a game that you should be familiar with. How about a standard card game? Like Old Bachelor. Alright, let's do this. Can't really get into it unless there's a penalty. This time, the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think? Whoa, whoa. It won't be oil-based paint, right? Right? Oil-based. Face painting with oil-based paint. That's perfect! Sadoko cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, then I can't lose either. Then I'll just cut the deck and start dealing. Goddamn. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. There's only one difference though. There's no Joker. In this place, one card is pulled out at the start. Meaning there will be one card without a match left over at the end. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game. I'll take out the card now. Rena took out one card and left it face down on the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. Well, it's pretty obvious in the end game. No way to tell us at the start. But the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, all while gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be. The deck is pretty worn out. No way, can everyone tell by the scratches on what the card on the table is? Remember the second rule of our society. Keiichi-san must try his hardest to win as well. Okay, whatever. A number of cards are quite unique. Keiichi-kun should be able to remember these pretty quickly. She said that so matter-of-factly. Suits me fine. Don't think as a little thing like that can be your crutch. I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far as to memorize the wear and tear of each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. If this was a test, then they were playing with the answer sheet in front of them. Bring it! I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. This baseless confidence would soon be crushed. Oh, great. Hee. How about I tell you your hand is starting from the right? 3, 4, 9. Jack, Queen. Wow. By the way, the Bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds. I can tell what they are even if you switch them around. I'm out. Ugh. Although I was prepared, but for it to be this brutal, just overwhelming. Demons, you're all demons. Rena isn't a demon, are you? Sorry, Keiichi-kun. This is the 3 of Hearts, isn't it? I'm out. Wah! Not even a hint of mercy. Rena, even Rika-chan. These club activities weren't to be trifled with. An alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and were dropped into a death match on a deserted island, these guys would probably take it to like fish to water. I can already picture the joy as they hunt down each of their classmates. Oh, fucking hell. I think I want to quit this club. It's the lowest point system. The order itself dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest point total wins. Since Keiichi-chan finished last, he has 5 points. There's already a 5 marked down on my scoreboard. I think it's unfair to Keiichi-chan if we don't use a new deck. It's fine, it's fine. Kei-chan is a man after all. He can turn the tables even if the odds are stacked against him, right? It'd be fitting for a lowly peasant to stamp her home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think? My petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontrollable frustration. It was Rika-chan's. Keep on fighting, yeah. Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially if you're cornered. That's the power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Maibara. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. Just as Rena said, each card has its own distinct markings that made them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory. Whoa, great, Keiichi-kun, just like that. I covered the uniquely marked cards in my hands or other cards, arranging them in such a way that couldn't be seen. The one with the ripped corner should be 5. And I'm out. I couldn't let any of those precious hints slip me by. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Satoko fanned out her cards for me. You see, I want the 7. Is this it? Is it this one? I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it. There was a bit of dismay in her expression. She doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. Oh, it's definitely the... I'm screwed though. It's definitely it. It's this one. No, you're wrong, dude. You're wrong, dude. 7 of spades. Oh, I was right. Cheer woo rang out. What is this? The 7 should be the hardest one of all to tell apart. It wasn't from memorizing the markings. Those slight changes in her expression as I was selecting a card were enough. Can't hide it from me, Kei-chan. This mark means it's the 2 of diamonds. What? She was startled by her own misread. Of course everyone else was too. Whoa! It's rare that Mi-chan gets a card wrong. Oh, God mode, let's go. No! Kei-chan, could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So I put a new one on it. Oh, what an asshole. Get wrecked. Are you saying he disguised it as the two of diamonds? What an impressive show of wit. Where did the scary shit go? I'm having so much fun. K-chan landed a clean hit. This got so legit, so quick. That's great, Keiji-kun. That was an incredible match, you know what? Having defeated the Forerunner, Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, I already set in stone that Mion would win and I would finish last. I laughed heartily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerve. Well, I'm going to end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. Ha 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 ha. That should be proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already and ensured victory. Even if Geijon gets first place this round, he still ends up the last place overall. Don't you hate that? Of course I do. Let's have a duel. One chance. If you win, then we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it? She fell for it. A chance for an upset would be impossible without goading her into it. One chance, you say? Let me hear the rules. Mion discarded 2 cards from her hand and replaced one with the Joker card that was on the table, then shuffled the resulting hand behind her back. The card in my right or the card in my left. Kei-chan can guess which hand the Joker is in, then he wins. When you turned around just now, you didn't pull out the Joker, did you? If you lose, I'll show the card on the other hand. That okay? The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events. Alright. You've got it. Mion grasped 1 card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I need to inspect them closely. The card on the right has no distinguishing mark. I couldn't tell which one it was. Which one, I wonder, Keiichi-kun? Be careful. Yeah, of course. This is my chance for a big comeback. Look closely at the card on the left. I saw a little wear. It wasn't the one I had seen before. That card is... I didn't let that bit from Stoko slip by me. Mion clucked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left from the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Stoko's reaction that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it had already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't the Joker. If it's the Joker, I feel snaked. Ooh, Kei-chan thinks it's the one on the right. Will you choose that one then? Will you? The left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I should be able to declare that the one on the right was the Joker. Even without Mion's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide basically solely on Satoru's reaction? More carefully. I remember now. That mark, the left card. No doubt about it. The 7 of clubs. It's the 7 of clubs I see. I've won! The card on the left was the 7 of clubs. So that meant the card on the right was the Joker. And then just before my hand touched the card, I froze. I would expect no less from you. There was a wave of murmurs amongst the onlookers of the Sun Hall, right before I confirmed the right card was the Joker. Huh? What could Yachi-san possibly be saying? I mean, the left one is it's the Joker, isn't it? Snaked, right? Shh. Ooh. What makes you so certain that the right one isn't the Joker, Kei-chan? Mion let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled. I don't know what the card on the right could be, but I know that the one on the left is the 7 of clubs. Then, doesn't that leave the right one as the Joker? Oh, one of them has to be the Joker, right? Yeah. One of those is the Joker, right? Keiichi has good intuition. Huh? Rika-chan, what do you mean by... So basically, the 7 of clubs, I discarded by matching it with Sudoku's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention stacked to this card pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile. So that means... Mion pocketed one of the discarded cards, then aligned it over the left card. That means... I see, I get it. The left card is being disguised as the 7 of clubs, right? It was the first time since the start of the match that the shadow ran across Mion's expression, and I didn't let that slip by. Then, with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly. The Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. I swear to God if I fucked up. The 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion. Being the first band in the club, I've been witness to a variety of performances. Kei-chan, yours is the best. Yes? Okay, that was weird. The best of the best of the best. Okay. The best of the best. That was probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping the card from both hands. My comeback... Whoa, what? I got it wrong, didn't I? Wait. Dropping the cards with both hands. My comeback victory. Oh, okay. Rika-chan placed her hand on my head and began patting it, congratulating me on my victory. Okay, so I was right. Wow. That was so weird. Huh? Rika-chan is... Rena and Satoko gaped at us as if they had seen a ghost. What is it, Rena-chan? It's not as if I cheated or anything, right? That was fair and square. Rika only pet someone on the head to console them. What? Huh? What is the meaning of this? At that moment, Rena let out a small shriek. Keiichi-kun! Oh, I was wrong. This is how it was? You know, Kei-chan, I thought you'd read into it that far. Hee. Everyone froze. No, it was just me. It was a gamble. If you had just jumped to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost. It was the answer everyone was certain about. Mion picked up the cards from the losing hand. Kei-chan, you know, you should take more pride in this loss. She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under the 7 of clubs. Unbelievable. It was the 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind the setup! If it just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it. So I did lose. Okay. I, Mion Sonozaki, as the club president, do accept Keiichi Maebara's membership into our club. As I slumped to my knees, dazed, everyone let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. The match is now over. Today's victor is me, Mion Sonozaki, and our exalted loser is Keiichi Maebara. Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that it was unexpectedly felt rather refreshing. I don't know. I want to see some dark shit already. When Michan pulled out that little trick behind her back, I got excited thinking she's going to do it again. When Keiichi-san stopped a moment before touching the correct card, I thought he fell for it. He fell for it quite handedly. Huh? Hey, wait. All of them knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly? Everyone got excited to make it more fun. You're all demons, you monsters! Now then, Kei-chan, it's time for your penalty. Since it's your first day participating, I'll go easy, okay? It would be a problem if you refused to come to school. The other 3 members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. That's a felt-up marker, and it's large and oil-based! Okay, here we go. She took the cap off the marker and brought it slowly up to my face while I was immobilized. No! I let out my death throats. Oh god, I keep burping. And that ends that scene, I guess. Okay. Let's see some story, though. Come on. That's what we want to see. We want to see some story. None of this filler shit. Oh. School's over. As soon as the club activities were finished, Rena flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Sanders that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. So today it was just Mion and me walking home together. Rather rare occurrence. A mountain of treasure, huh? The guys throwing it away probably never thought in their wildest dreams that Rena would be grateful to them. Mountain of treasure mean that damn construction site from before. Oh right, Mion would probably tell me that murder by dismemberment would that seem to have happened there. Over there, you know, at the damn construction site. Did something happen there? Long ago? Something sure did, a grand battle. There were sit-ins and demonstrations. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'd listen just the same. It was our land that was going to be sunk into the dam reservoir. I would have fought as well, probably. The government guys are really adamant about it. Acting all big and full of themselves. As government usually do. Since they figured out that they couldn't settle it with money, they did a bunch of nasty stuff. They were nasty guys. Mion spoke excitedly as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her. I'm amazed you guys won. You were facing the federal government, right? The mayor and prominent figures in the village all signed petitions. They went to Tokyo and struck deals with legislators, and as a result the development plan was retracted. It was our complete victory. Ha 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 ha. There wasn't any violence, was there? Like assaults or murders? None. She promptly cut me off. The same as Rena had. Her words signaled the end of discussion. Tomitake said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. My curiosity unsated, I sighed dejectedly inside. Later. See you tomorrow. Kei-chan, you can't wash that off until you get home. Got it? Got it, I won't. Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty rules they drew. Damn you, Mion, you shall rue this day. If our rules are ever reversed, I'm going to slop it on. All over your face so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scoring pad. Upon arriving home, I ran straight to my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. Huh? The mood I had come home to was already on edge. It's not an uncommon thing in our family. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispers into my ear. Welcome home, Kei-chan. Dad, he's a bit of a rut right now, so don't bother him, okay? He can't come up with a new idea. It's because of the deadlines are so close together this time. Your dad needs time to recharge or he doesn't work as well. Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Maibaras. We have never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter? No, wouldn't it be easier to get an idea taking a walk outside rather than wandering around the house? The theme of the piece this time is in the household. So it seems your dad wants to use the house as a motif. That's quite a bothersome motif. Keiichi, pick up your room. It looks terrible. So sorry, I'll clean up later. Come on, please don't use my room as the motif. Keiichi, there's still some time before dinner. So please go take a walk out or back or something. His bad mood is only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. Until then, it wouldn't be a bad idea just to take a walk so I don't aggravate him sooner or further. Well, I guess I will then. Okay. As I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I just needed to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. I could just go read all the books at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. It would be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. The road at night here in Hinamizawa creeped me out. If Mion or Satoko ever found that out, ugh, I smiled really. Oh yeah. Reno was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, that damn construction site. The excavation of Colonel Sanders would probably take her a while. It wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one. She might return the favor next time we have club activities. With a little bit of self-interest in mind, I set off towards the damn construction site. The Tomitake might be there as well. The only person with information about the incident that both Ren and Mion denied knowing anything about. If I met him again, I'd like to ask for more details. to ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. Okay. Are we here? Yeah, we're here, I think. Yep, there it is. I spotted Rena struggling on the slope of the garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Sanders was lodging in there pretty firmly. It didn't look like Rena would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomitake wasn't around, I began climbing up the slope unsteadily. Hey, Rena. Looks like you're working up a sweat. Whoa. Whoa. Keiichi-kun. What brings you to a place like this? A place like this, huh? She was aware of it at least. I received a signal for emergency assistance at the accident site. Where's the injured party? Huh? Huh? Accident? Huh? But there was a report Colonel Sanders was buried alive in the trash pile. Huh? Oh, that. You scared me. Don't frighten me like that, Keiichi-kun. Like, I was just kidding. I thought you might be struggling by yourself, so I came to help you out. Hey, you came for me? Yes. I'll do it. Just wait.
Make sure clean up वो.
हाँ.
और अब तुम आज तक वो ना मैं खाना खा के सोने लगी हूँ कैसा है? तू कह रहा पढ़ ली. तुम्हारी कितने बजे क्लास है कल?
11:40 I start. I finish at 2:20.
I will be at work then.
What time do you start work?
9:30.
Okay.
Daddy से बात कर.
So much editing. Sorry about that. Pooh. Let's see, where was I? How? Well, I filled my quota for today. If I don't see Rena blush at least once a day, then I'm not going to get my daily required nutritional intake. Just kidding, you're embarrassing me now. So, huh? What part was the joke? What part was it? I just ignored her bewilderment. Okay, now move out of the way. So, where's this Colonel Sanders? Sorry. Can't you see him in that gap? He's really buried in there. The Colonel Sanders was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials like they were caging him inside. According to Rena, it wasn't like this yesterday. It seemed as though another illegal dumper came yesterday, dumping again, and now he's buried like this. You're trying to move that pile all by yourself? With those scrawny arms? There's no way she would be able to do that with her slender arms. But Colonel Sanders, so cute. There's a chain on the Colonel Sanders at the store. This one, though, I should be able to take this one home. If Rena gave up on this Colonel Sanders, she'd probably start devising a plan to steal the one from the front of the store. As Rena's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime. Out of the way, I'll do it. Rena blushed again this time, but I left it alone. The pile was enormous. Although the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. If it got buried any deeper, there would be nothing that could be done. Keiichi-kun, I'll help you. Let me help. You're just getting in the way, so stay back. Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside. I quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after the other. Lumber. Timber. Plywood. Damn it! No matter how much I threw out, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Sanders right there. After grandstanding like that in front of Rena, I felt frantic because of how little I had progressed. If I was going to do this seriously, I'd need an axe or saw or something. That's enough, Keiichi-kun. You're so sweaty. You don't have to try so hard. I'm just doing it for you, Rena. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about it. Rena began sputtering around, beet red. Whoops, I meant I was trying to do my best as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Oh, well. I guess I just need a break. This is pretty tough. I sprawled on my back over the grassy slope. I'm so sorry. You're covered in sweat. Rena patted her handkerchief against my forehead. It felt pretty nice. Well, wait here a minute, okay? My house is pretty close. I'll bring you some barley tea, okay? Leaving the handkerchief on my forehead, Rena took off running. The cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Rena was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I discovered earlier. What? Whoa. That was a garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound up in a twine. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe it was around here. There it was. There was a bound stacks of not-so-reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically, going back quite a few years. It was quite a disturbing incident. It seemed they haven't been able to find one of the arms you see. If it was just as Tomitaki said, then undoubtedly there would be mention of the murder. These are troubled times. There's no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drawn in by these incidents as well. So it had to be recorded. Somewhere. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages carefully, looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next one. Not here. Next one. It was hard to search since I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator was or the victim was either. I only knew what happened here. I looked up every so often, checking to see if Rena had come back or not. It wouldn't want to see her gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Rena and Mion said they didn't know. But it had happened, without a doubt. As long as Tomitaki wasn't lying. Then if both Rena and Mion... yeah, there was. If they had just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it. An incident that neither Rena or Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they tried to conceal it out of good intentions, that made me feel like I was acting against my friends. Whoa. Hinamizawa dam worker lynching, murder by dismemberment. The music got scary. Here it is. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed that there was a photograph of the colored pages at the front. The pages of the featured article were stuck together and weren't easy to open. Rena could return at any moment. Feeling rushed, I gave up on the opened the photograph page. The police investigators were carrying a body bag, and newspaper reporters were all bathed in the camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but it could definitely make out the headlines. A tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site. Lynching and murder dismemberment. The victim was the site foreman. He had assaulted his assailants daily with an explosive backlash from the daily actions. It's a horrible image to see the site foreman as. It happened. It really did happen. It seemed the details were on the next page. I turned the page without pausing. Or on it was... The assailant butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes, then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces, the head, arm, legs, and torso. I could understand just from the headline that was just too terrible an incident. Normally, a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatchets and pickaxes? That wasn't a lynching. It was a merciless killing to the letter. A brutal murder. Done by a group of people. With hatchets. With pickaxes. With an axe. Ah! Hey, sorry. Did I startle you? Rena dropped the axe she was holding onto the grass after being startled by my voice. Keiichi, did you see earlier yet? You said you would help if you had an axe, right? So then I brought an axe for you, from the shed. Rena flushed her arms in a panic, continuing to explain and apologize. It seemed to be glaring at her pretty intensely. Sorry, I guess my reaction was a bit overboard. No, I'm sorry as well. I'm sorry. Night was drawing close. I was pretty worn out, and it wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow. Doesn't it look like we can break the last beam without an axe? You brought it after all. I'll have to borrow it tomorrow. Okay. Why do you look so glum? Tomorrow will be taking out Colonel Sanders, right? You're right. I really want to take Colonel Sanders home soon. We both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea. Rena brought it and wiped off the sweat that had now gone cold. We took the path to head home. It felt quite guilty from the tabloid wrapping up in my jacket. Ah, shit. Man, things are getting dark. Are we about to end Is the episode about to end? You have received new tips, the Hinamizawa Dam Project and Special Tabloid Report. Okay, well, I'll read those, and then we'll end the episode. View all tips. Or, no, view new tips, so we don't mix them up. October 1975. Oh, this is an exact date. In accordance with the Prime Minister's Bulletin Number XXX, Hinamizawa Electrical Development Master Plan was announced. The vast scope of the projected Hinamizawa Dam will have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. The flooded area caused by the Hinamizawa Dam would include the 5 areas of Hinamizawa: Takatsudo, Kiyotsu, Matsumoto, and Yagochi. The submerged area included 291 houses. Population 1,251. 1 elementary school. 1 middle school. 1 post office. 1 agricultural cooperative. Forestry department lumberyard. 5 shrines. 2 temples. And 1 fishery. All these communal, cultural, agricultural areas and places of worship will be indefinitely submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. Forsaking the hundreds of years our ancestry poured their blood and sweat in the fertile, resource-rich land is just too painful to bear. All the residents whose homes were to be submerged banded together and created the Onikakushi Defense Alliance. The dam project was halted and petitions to alter the plan were circulated. Okay. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and the puppets company, whatever that is, openly refused. Performing unspeakable, heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers. But the villagers did not falter. Instead, they banded together even more closely and steeled their resolve to protect their homes to death. The continuation of the frightening Hinamizawa Dam construction project is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by sublime power through unity. And they understand that the fearsome plan has not yet been fully withdrawn. The Onikakushi Defense Alliance had been dissolved after it did its part, but the feeling of unity it gamered has not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whoever they decide to sink their homes into Lake Basin. Onikakushi Defense Alliance Committee Chairman. That's it? Okay. Last one. Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Lynching and murder dismemberment. In X month of X day in XX prefecture at the Hinamizawa Dam construction work site in Shishibone City, a bone-chillingly gruesome murder dismemberment. Even though the case has shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam? They probably didn't mean to kill him at first. But as the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned investigator. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with the body which nobody thought was alive. XX-san has tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior. At first it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself in to the police. It was the de facto leader of this group, XX, who suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area. But the de facto leader feared that the consciences of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden. and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him in to the police. He devised the heinous method of splitting up the body among them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. XX had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Each one participated. But what does this mean? A person A spoke out reluctantly. XX has ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound was what it meant. Thus an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but XX threatened them, saying nothing would change if someone else ended up dead, and it gave up on his objections. But XX's plan collapsed on the span of one night. XXX, who had refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle and confessed. The criminals were arrested one after the other, but the de facto leader XX's whereabouts are still unknown. Also, the right arm hidden by XX is yet to be found. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears that XX had once said he was going to throw the body right arm into the marsh. XX's car was discovered abandoned near the marsh, but there was no clues to his whereabouts. XX didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had expected his companions to confess to the police and used his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, no one could expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. But within the station, there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped out and drowned in the marsh when he went to throw away the body. To the locals, the marsh is believed to be bottomless. It's known as the Onikakushi, the ogre's abyss, and it's said that the bottom of the marsh is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocious demon from hell that it was XX. Could it be that he just returned to hell through the marsh? The Zegan Dragon, bringer of luck and fortune. Prosperous future. Ladies leaping into your arms. Business success. That's took a turn. Promotions. Ambition. Protection from harm. Not just those pachinko and horse races, but businesses and even love. Guaranteed on your money back. Anyways, that is the end of Higurashi, at least today's episode. The next episode I think is going to be pretty good. Pretty excited. So far this game has been fucking weird. I don't even know who to believe anymore. But we're going to go and end the episode here. Thank you guys for watching. Scotty PF out. See you guys next time.